to the Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Damaris, also known as Damaris Dash a bit weird.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Wednesday, the 1st of July, 2015. How is it July already?
I don't know.
What happened to June? Did you steal it?
No.
No? And this is episode 147. We're getting really close to 150. That's a lot. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys. To all our returning viewers. And a big hi to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. Hope you enjoy the show. Mayor, we have had several people who have introduced themselves this week in our Ravelry group. So why don't you give them a shout out?
Catherine, who is Catherine Jane from the UK.
She's coming to the retreat, to the Geeky Puffin Palooza.
Catherine with a C, who is Tia and Kat from Minnesota. Mandy, who is Knidosaurus from Florida. Fiona, who is Fifikins from Australia. Ash, who is the Sticky Stitch from Australia. And Emily, who is Irreverent Yarns from Canada.
Welcome. So it was kind of funny because Fiona and Ash, they're both from Australia, but they didn't know each other, but they're both going to the same fiber event and they're going to meet up. That all happened in our introduction thread. That's really awesome. Take a picture, send it to us, post it on Instagram. So yeah, welcome to everybody who has joined. So Mayor, if somebody is not a member of our Ravelry group, what should they do?
Join.
And then what?
Introduce yourself in our introductions thread and you'll get a shout out on our next episode.
That's right. We're getting really close to 1,000 members. I think what we're going to have to do is have a Geeky Girls Knit 3rd podiversary / 10,000 # GGK Crafty Pad / 1,000 members big giveaway. What do you think?
Sure.
We have some good prizes. So stay tuned for that. Because our 3rd podiversary is in August. I don't remember what day. Late August. So maybe we'll just combine all that together and have a big giveaway. Alright, well we have some stuff to talk to you about today. I don't think it's going to be a long episode. Damaris is a little under the weather. That's why you sound a little froggy. And we've just been busy with lots of stuff. So, yeah. So let's, I guess, get started. Here we go.
And now we're going to talk about what's on our needles.
So what's on your needles, Mayor?
I'm still doing the Beekeeper's quilt, so hexapuffs.
So tell us all about it.
The pattern is the Beekeeper's quilt by Tiny Owl Knits, and I'm using US 4s 3.5 millimeters.
And you're using still Knitting Goddess Black Rainbow mini skeins?
Yes.
So you finished one and you're, looks like more than halfway on the other one. So how many hexapuffs are you getting out of one of those mini skeins?
I don't know. I've just been doing 2 of each.
Oh, and then maybe you'll come back and do more?
Yeah.
Or you could do like a black and color stripe of different colors and have like a rainbowy. That'd be kind of cool. So have you thought any more about what might be your next bigger project?
No.
No. You've had a rough week because you've been under the weather. Yesterday was sneeze every 5 seconds. Okay. Do you want to say anything else about your knitting?
No.
No? Okay.
So what's on your needles?
Well, I have less to show you in this segment because I have more to show you in the next segment. So in my design bag, my Doctor Who project bag from Knit Run Dig, is my current design project. It is a Firefly inspired socks pattern that I'll be releasing with Julia of Pandia's Jewels. I was chatting with her yesterday. I'm thinking they're going to go on sale sometime maybe around the beginning of August. I've got probably maybe about 30 rows in the cuff left on them. And then I've got to get them typed up into testers, but testers are currently testing another pattern for me, so I have to wait till that test ends. Yeah, So I should finish these this week, and then the next design project that's going to go on the needles is the Geeky Puffin Knit Palooza retreat sock pattern that I'm doing out of yarn dyed by Jess from Ginger Twist Studio. I can't remember what base it's on. I'll tell you that later. But so we had two colorways made. She did a Geeky colorway and a Puffin colorway, and the attendees are just picking one of those, not knowing what it looks like. And then if I'm sure there'll be people that are wanting to trade once they're at the retreat. So I'm doing a sock pattern out of the Geeky colorway, and Sam from Knit Run Dig is doing a shawl out of the Puffin colorway. So I had a really, really fun brain idea thing happen a couple of nights ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, wouldn't that be freaking cool? And so then I ran it through Damaris and I ran it through Sam so that, you know, I was making sure that my crazy was not too crazy. So, but it'll be something fun that you could knit even if you're not participating in the retreat. So I'm really excited about getting that on the needles. Next up is my zigzag blanket, which is from the 10 stitch zigzag pattern by Frankie Brown. And I'm on US 4's 3.5 mil needles. And can I hand you that? So I finished a stripe. Let me find where it started at last week. So last week I started right here where this doobobber is and did the purple up. And so now I have started. So the purple is Say Something Nice, which was the Doctor Who villain kit that I did with Julia. Missy was the inspiration. So now I'm using some handspun. I don't really remember. I think the thing might be in here actually. I can't remember what yarn it was. Oh, there it is. It's from the Border Tart. It is merino and Tessa silk. It's technically a sport weight, but it's fine because there's some thick and thin spots, and I have 172 yards, so that should be just enough for this stripe. So I have done 1, 2, 3 repeats on that, and I did 5 repeats of the purple because when you get to the end here, it's a free pattern. I'm not giving anything away. You bind off 9 stitches, and then so you still have 1 stitch of the purple, and then you cast on 9 stitches and start working the other direction. But I didn't want to leave it with just that hanging there, and so I ended up doing 2 zigzags in one day to get me there. So yeah, so I'm loving it. I really love how the handspun colors are going with it. So I have lots more stripes to do because, yeah, this blanket's not even big enough to cover my legs yet. So, sorry, I'm trying to twist this around so I can put the needle back in it. And then my other project that's not on my needles right now is my Mama Mia, which is the Mia tank pattern by Jennifer Wood. And it's on US 3's 3.25 mil needles. And I'm using West Yorkshire Spinners Air Valley DK in the Knitterbocker Glory colorway. And I just finished my 3rd skein. So I just added the 4th skein onto this. So let's see if I can do this, Mare. Can you unroll, can you unroll down there and show them where I was last week? Can you find the marker?
I don't know.
No, down, right there. It's by your right hand. Do you see the star? Do you see the star? Oh. That's where it was. So I've done, I think it's about 20 rows since last week. So the part right there that Damaris has her hands around is the back gather, and then there's a seed stitch panel that increases every 4 rows down the back for 88 rows. Yeah, it's 22 repeats of 4 rows. This is a free pattern. I'm not giving away any secret sauce. You have to kind of set them on top of each other to put that on. It's a needle minder to keep your stitches on the needle that I got from Knitting in France at I Knit Fandango. So yeah, so I am 6 repeats in. So I've done 24 rows of the repeat. So I have, what's 22 minus 6? A lot. 16?
I think so.
Yeah, 16 more repeats. But at least it's easy because it's just stockinette in the round other than just the seed stitch panel. So I am making good progress on that. I would love to finish it before the summer's over. I think my ultimate goal will be to be able to wear it when we go to London in September. So more about that in a little bit. So that is everything that's currently on my needles. I was kicking the camera and I was trying not to, so I moved my foot. That's everything that's on the needles. There's a couple of things that'll go on the needles for next week, but I'll tell you about that in the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about her finished projects.
3 this week. And I can show you all of them. So first up is my weekly preemie hat. This is number 26 for the year, and this is from my free top-down preemie hat pattern on Ravelry. I'm using US 6's 4mm needles, and this is my very first hand-spun yarn. So I will make sure and put a note in with this one to say what it is so that if there's any allergy concerns. But it's got a wee little pom-pom on top, and I love it. I wasn't sure what to use this handspun for, and it had actually like fallen behind the yarn, and then we were reorganizing the other day and found it, and I was like, oh, that'd be perfect for some preemie hats. So there's a wee little preemie hat. Next up, I finished Christmas stocking number 4 of 6. So only 2 more to go for my sister. So this is from the Mix and Match Socks by Nancy Lindbergh pattern. It's on US 8's 5mm, and it's Cascade 220 in the Christmas Red, Highland Green, and Grist colorway. So this is top down, so you start with the cuff, and then this is the name band, and they're going to put the names on themselves. And then garter stitching around with an afterthought toe and heel. So that is done. I don't know what I did right there. I think it might be just a little snag. Yeah. It'll come out in the blocking. I haven't blocked it yet because I just finished it yesterday, and I know it'll take a while to dry. So I was like, let's wait and show it on the podcast first, and then I'll block it. So number 4 of 6. So I will be casting on number 5 later this afternoon, probably, because I would love to get all 6 of them done, as well as the birthday socks for my niece and 2 nephews done, so that I could ship everything all at once, because that would be fun. Speaking of birthday socks, these are my birthday socks for my niece Lola. This is from the Tube Socks for Kids by Jane Richmond pattern, which is a free pattern on Ravelry. I did these on US 1.5 2.5mm needles, and I used Regia for Mania color in the Neon Beach colorway, and it's even brighter than what it's showing. So I did these 2 at a time, toe up. I did the toe and then just did straight stockinette in the round for 13 inches, and then just added, I think it was a 7-row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7-row cuff. So I'm going to use, I've still got quite a bit of this yarn left, so I'm going to use it for my nephew's socks, Waylon and Wyatt. They won't take as much, just obviously because they're going to be thinner and a little bit shorter because they're younger. So, but yay, Lola's socks are done. And so I'll be casting on Wyatt's. So I'll have a couple new cast-ons, even though they'll look like what I've already been working on. But that's how it is. That's how it is. So that's everything I've finished. I've been busy this week. Busy, busy. So I think we're ready to move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. What are Yummies, Mare?
Yummies are our current favorite things, things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. So let's talk about hair. So I repinked. I got a haircut first and repinked. But when I repinked and got a haircut, what did you do, Damaris?
I got a haircut too.
You did, and it's very, very cute. And what else did you do besides get a haircut?
Well, I don't really know how to describe this.
So, yeah. So the plan was to do lilac all over, thinking it would do similar to what mine does. So, but obviously you have dark hair, so we bleached first But we didn't leave the bleach on as long as I do because it was tingling and bothering your head. So we washed the bleach out sooner than I do. And then we put the lilac on for the same amount of time as I do the pink, but it did things a little differently. So can you turn to show the back some?
I don't know what the back looks
So you can tell the back is more lavendery purple, but then as you come around to the front, it's just kind of this purpley halo around it, and then into this blonde at the front, blonde brown. So, but I think it looks really cute. What do you think?
Yeah.
You like it? So next time we might try leaving the bleach on longer, if you can stand it.
Yeah.
And seeing what happens then. But she has a lot of hair.
I wonder who would get that from.
But next time you get it cut, we'll ask him to thin it out a little bit, because that would help. But yeah, it took significantly longer to do the bleach and color application on her hair versus mine, because it's super short. So, but I think it's cute. I really like it. And you got a flower headband this week too.
Yeah.
So
Flower crown.
Flower crown. Very cute. Bend your head down so they can see it a little better. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, do you want to start? You added something to Yummies that I didn't know about.
Oh, sorry. You start.
Oh, okay. Well, we were at the shopping center getting something, and I paid at the register, and then we turned to walk away, and what did my eyes spy? Sheepy socks! Not only this pair, but a second pair. And they were such a good deal. It was £4 for both of them. So Damaris and I split the pack. So I got pink with black polka dots with sheepies, and Damaris got lots of sheepies on gray with hearts. I like the top. They've got a little ruffle to them. Are they comfortable?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. They're cute. I mean, obviously knitters need sheepy socks. Are you going to put your foot up there, or are you just adjusting it? Okay. I'm surprised you want socks on with as warm as it is today here. Sheepy socks. Just what every knitter needs. Okay, well, now you added something to Yummies that I didn't know about, so you need to remind me to put it in the show notes after we finish recording, because I did not put it in the show notes, because I did not know. Okay, so why don't you
keep
tell us?
telling me I need to put things in there. I put something in there.
I know, but you didn't tell me, and I had already done the show notes.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, well, last week I said I was listening to Welcome to Night Vale. I finished listening to Welcome to Night Vale. Yeah.
How many episodes was that?
A lot. I had already started listening to it last week, so
Yeah.
it was a lot.
And you didn't even listen to it on fast forward speed.
No, you can't listen to his dulcet tones on 2 times speed.
So last week, had I listened to one with you?
No.
So I listened to one with her, and I'm very confused. I don't understand it.
It was the condos.
I was very, very confused.
Don't touch the condo.
I don't understand. Is this going to be something like Doctor Who that I'm going to finally give in and listen to later and love?
I don't know. It's not for everyone. Ask your doctor if Night Vale is right for you. But yeah, I know what I want for my birthday now.
What do you want for your birthday now?
Well, there's a novel coming out in October, so that... Or to go to the Night Vale show.
Yes, tell me about the Night Vale show.
It's on September 19th here, and I want to go.
That's the day before the Hubs and my 18th anniversary.
Yes.
Yes.
I want to go.
But you have to have somebody with you, because you'll still be under 16 at that point.
Yes, if the show was 1 month later, I could go. Because I would be 16 by then. Yes, and it's only the places in Scotland that they're going to where they have age restrictions. All the other ones are all ages.
I don't know.
I want to go. That would be the best birthday present.
I thought you want to go to a kitty cafe for your birthday.
Both. Cecil has a cat. I told you about that.
Yes, but
it floats.
Why does the cat float?
It just does. His name is Kaushik.
Because
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Also has a bunch of little baby kitties.
And what are their names?
I don't know. He hasn't named them yet.
Baby kitty number 1, baby kitty number 2. Okay, do you want to say anything else about Night Vale?
It's so wonderfully weird and existential and philosophical.
Philosophical?
Philosophical, that's the word.
What do you say?
Falafel.
Falafel's yummy. But what did you say? Philosophical?
I don't know. It's great though, I love it.
Okay. Do you have anything else you want to say?
They're also really bad at hiatuses because they're on hiatus right now, but they released a bonus episode today. It wasn't a full-length one, although the last time they did hiatus, they released 2 full-length bonus episodes. They're so bad at this.
Well, maybe they record it before they go on hiatus and then put it out.
Yeah, they did.
So, okay. Anything else you want to say?
Weird at last.
Okay. So I'm still participating in Sash 2015, which is a knit along by the Knit Girls podcast. And I am trying for the 5,000 meter goal. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I am almost halfway with the stocking and the preemie hat and Lola's socks. I'm now at 2,482.9 meters. So that means I have 2,517.1 meters to go. So I'm at like 49%. If I can finish the Mia before the end, that'll get me really close. Because it's 7 skeins of 230 meters, so that's like 1,610 meters. That would get me up in the 4,000s. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. So, okay, anything, oops, I just dropped a stitch. That's not good. That is not what you're supposed to do when you are talking while you're knitting. Okay, so are we ready to talk about, I can't do the hashtag because I'm picking up stitches. Hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is it, Mare?
It stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge, and we have a list of prompts for the month. And you take a look at the prompt for that day and take a picture related to it, and then you post it anywhere you like, but we pick our favorites from Instagram.
So we're into July now, as of today, and July doesn't really have a theme. I mean, we did some 4th of July stuff and things like that, but just kind of a random month. I posted the flipogram on Instagram and Twitter of this week's favorites, and I've been trying to use summer songs because, you know, it is the summertime. And so today's was Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini. She wore an itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. It was funny. So Mare, what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
So here come the photos. So those were our favorite photos for this week. Great job, everybody. So it's never too late to participate. Just find the prompt, take a picture. Today is red. I don't know what I'm going to take a picture of that's red. Oh, I know. I see something over there across the room. I now know. I could take pictures of pink things and say pink is close to red. Pink comes from red. But I won't. I see a red thing across the room. Although, by the time you're watching this, red is not the prompt for the day anymore. So, yeah. So, take your picture, post it, hashtag it, GGK Crafty Pad, and yours might get chosen as one of our favorites. Okay, let's talk upcoming events, Mare. Do you want to talk the first one, or do you want me to?
You.
Me? Okay, so we are going to be attending Yarn in the Cities, the Great London Yarn Crawl, on Saturday the 5th of September. And the tickets for the Yarn Crawl actually just went on sale today. And we got our tickets. We will be on Team Camel, we will be going to Loop, Fringe, and Knit with Attitude. We got our first choice. We had picked 3 teams because there's only 10 people plus the volunteer leaders for each team. And so we rushed in and got our tickets. Sam will be going with us, so the 3 of us will be on Team Camel. Last time I checked, there's still tickets available, so if you want to participate, go grab tickets. So it starts with a pop-up market, I think at 11, and then after that, we'll head out to the 3 shops with lunch along the way, and the pop-up market continues through the day, and there's also some classes being offered, I believe. So the website's in the show notes. It's greatlondonyarncrawl.com. So if you're going to be attending, let us know, because we'd love to meet up with you. And we will be in London actually for a week. So we're going to head down on the 2nd of September and come back on the 9th. And fingers crossed we might get to do Stonehenge while we're down. So we're really excited. We'll be staying with our friends Sam and Mark. So that's kind of the last hurrah before the retreat kind of takes over everything. So. And then, what?
The Geeky Puffin Palooza.
Yes, so tell us about it, Mare.
It's a retreat you and I are co-hosting with our friend Sam, who is Stealth Dragon on Ravelry from Knit Run Dig, and it'll be here in Edinburgh from Thursday the 29th of October to Sunday the 1st of November.
Yes. Speaking of Sam, she had a new podcast episode go live yesterday, so that was fun. I felt like I got double the time with Sam because I video chatted with her yesterday about some stuff, and then her episode came up and I didn't get to watch it till today, so it was like 2 days of Sam on my screen in a row. That was fabulous. So we're working on things. I mentioned some stuff earlier with the patterns, designs that we're working on. What are you doing? You only one eye shown? Yeah, so, and we have door prizes and goodie bag stuff coming in. The layered on cowl is going really well. In fact, I wrote it down to remind you tomorrow to do a points update for so far, for each team so far, so we can see how things are going with the Team Pink, Team Purple, and Team Teal. So we will do that tomorrow. Yep, because Damaris is in charge of the points. We still have spaces, so go sign up if you're able to attend. Mare, where can they do that?
At geekypuffinknitpalooza.com.
That's right. If you have any questions, just let us know. And I think that's everything for Yummies this week, so let's move on to the next segment.
To talk about what books we're reading and what TV we're watching.
Yes. So, Mare, what are you reading?
I'm reading Insurgent by Veronica Roth.
Tell us about it. About your thoughts, about how you feel about this book.
I don't know.
How much have you read? Should check this before we record. Quarter?
No. I don't know.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of don't remember who some of the characters are.
Maybe you should have looked like for a refresher on Divergent before you started on Insurgent. Maybe, I bet you could find somebody on YouTube who has done a recap of Divergent. Yeah. Maybe you should do that before you read anymore.
I'll probably be at a quarter next week.
Okay. Are you reading anything else?
No.
Comic books, even?
No.
No?
I can't do that.
Okay. You've had kind of a week.
Mm-hmm.
So, I finished my nonfiction book number 6 for the year, which is good since yesterday was the last day of June. So I finished reading Daring Greatly, How the Courage to be Vulnerable Transforms the Way We Live, Love, Parent, and Lead by Brene Brown. I highly, highly recommend it. Very, very good. So, since I didn't finish it yesterday, I finished it a couple days ago. So I started on my book number 7 yesterday. So now I am reading Living the Sabbath, Discovering the Rhythms of Rest and Delight by Norman Wiersbe. It's linked in the show notes if you're interested. So I just read the preface to it yesterday. And then fiction-wise, I couldn't decide what I wanted to read next. So I fell back on an old classic that was 18 years old this past week, the first book. I'm rereading the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. So I reread Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone and Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And now I am reading Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. You just can't stop. You just gotta keep reading because it's just, I have to know what happens next. I told Damaris, I was like, I had forgotten about some of this stuff since I read them last. So I may need a Harry Potter movie marathon. There's, 8 movies?
Yes.
That would take us at least a couple of days. We shall see. We shall see. And that's everything I'm reading. As if that's not enough. So let's talk TV. You want to start, babe?
We are rewatching season 2 of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
So had we had The Measure of a Man, was that this past week?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, so what'd you think of that? You were looking forward to that episode.
Yeah. A lot of people like that episode.
Yeah. So, anything you want to say about it? No. We watched, I don't know the name of the episode last night. It was not one of my favorites. I don't know.
The Borg.
Oh yeah, the Borg. We have now seen the Borg because we watched what was it called? Q-Who?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yes, we've now seen the Borg. So, the Borg aren't prevalent, though, in it until, what?
Late season 3.
Yeah, late season 3. So, we might be there by next week. Who knows? Because we're getting through about 2 or 3 episodes a night. So, Damaris and I are watching season 6 of Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. I think we have 6 episodes left. And then the 2 movies. So, we might make it through them before next week. We'll see. Damaris is ready to be done with it. And then the Hubs and I are watching Murdoch Mysteries. So we finished rewatching season 4, and we determined as we watched the first episode of season 5 last night that we had not watched season 5 yet. So we are now to where we had finished watching, thinking it had been canceled, but it really had not. So yeah, enjoying that, other than I'm very upset that Dr. Ogden married the other dude, and Murdoch was doing gold mining because he got in trouble and let a prisoner go. Yeah, it's a long story, but he's back now because Detective Crabtree he's much better as a constable than a detective, but he's still okay. So anyway, we're enjoying that, and I'm marathoning season 3 of Arrow. I think I'm about 3/4 of the way through. I think I probably have about 7 episodes left, maybe. So, John Barrowman is evil. Evil as Malcolm Merlyn. He really is. And then the Hubs and I are watching Rizzoli and Isles season 6 as it airs. I watched the series 3 finale of Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries. It was so good. So Dot and whatever his name is, I can't recall, got married. And Miss Fisher and what's his name? The police guy. I can't remember. Anyway, there was like a kiss before she flew off to take her father to meet up with her mother. So I have no idea if and when a series 4 is coming. I would assume that it would be coming because it's done so well, but I don't think there's been any confirmation of that yet. So, and then you want to talk about the last one?
We're watching season 1 of Dark Matter as it airs.
So, do you want to give a little premise about what's going on?
These people woke up on a spaceship and they have no memories.
Yeah. And so they're trying to figure out what to do. And there's an android.
Yeah.
So, and it's done by, what was their names?
Joseph Malazzi and Paul Mully, who did Star Trek Stargate in its later years.
Yeah. So we're enjoying it. I'm like, okay, where are we going? So we've only watched 3 episodes. So the pilot was a 2-parter, and then so I'm hoping that it does well because the premise is really interesting. So we'll just continue to watch and see what happens. And that's all the TV because you've been listening to Night Vale a lot, and I have been working a lot. So, so I guess with that we are ready to move on to the next segment. Here we go. All right, now it's time for Summertime and the Living is Easy, Cal. So, do you want to talk a little bit about it first? When does it run from?
The 1st of June through the 31st of August.
Okay, and what can they enter?
Any project that you make, so knit, crochet, weave, or spin, that you can convince us is related to summer.
How could they do that?
Color, the colors in your project, or a colorway name, or design element, or a purpose.
Yeah.
Or
so like my socks for Lola, there's summertime colors and the colorway is Neon Beach. So that totally would count. My Mia tank, a tank for summertime. And also these are summertimey colors. But how about this Christmas stocking here? How could I enter it, Damaris?
you made it in the summer.
That's right. Now what about whips, Mare?
No.
So you have to start it June 1st or later, and you have to finish it by the 31st of August. Can you double dip?
Yes.
We highly encourage you to. Every project counts as 1 entry. They must be a member of what?
Our Ravelry group.
In order to participate. And you have to post your picture in the FO thread, and no chatter, please, in that thread. And we'll lock it the morning of the 1st of September, and winners will be drawn on the next podcast for prizes. And how long do they have to claim their prize?
30 days.
30 days, or what happens?
Yeah, okay.
Yep, you forfeit it, and we'll use it for something else. So now we have a little bit of time, so let me tell you what the prizes are, and it's the beginning of the month. I think we usually try to do all of them at the beginning of the month. So, Sam, who is Stealth Dragon, who is Knit Run Dig, she donated one of her project bags. It's got bicycles on it. It's very summery. Christy, who is Christy Ray, has donated actually another coupon code, so 3 coupon codes for $5.50 each to my Ravelry pattern store. So you can either get 1 pattern with that, or you can use it towards an ebook and get $5.50 off the cost of the ebook. So that's why I do it that way, so that if you want to get an ebook, you could use it towards that. So we'll have 3 of those to award. Eileen, who is Twisting Pearls, donated a skein of Space Cadet Celeste in the Alpha Centauri colorway. Lydia, who is Gypsy the Dog, donated a single pattern up to $10 from Ravelry, $10 US. And from our bag of prizes, we have a little collection of a Yellow Bear Wears greeting card, the Gilver Shawl pattern by Joe Kelly, and the Knitting Woman book by John Vetterlin. So those are the prizes, and thank you so much to our sponsors who donated those prizes. All right, Mare, there was a lot of people, a lot, I'm like scrolling to get the list, of people who finished projects this week, so why don't you tell us all about them?
Okay. Abby In, Andy, Ange in the East, times 8, AZ Knitwit, Baby Boxer Mom, times 2, Ben DJ, times 2, Church Lane, Denise Chang, Francis Inno JD, Girldale, Gypsy the Dog, times 3, Jazzy Starshine, J Will, times 2, Karenina 4777, Knit Princess 83, Knitster Monica, Knitting Flutist, Little Angel SG2 times 6, Elle McCall, Lollipop 1956, Mimi Teacher, Muzzer Z times 3, Penny Gale, Phoenix Fire times 2, POKDEJ, Rue CMC, RS Island, The Area times 2, Tia and Cat, and Twisting Pearls times 2.
Great job, everybody. I think we may have had a burst of lots of finished projects because it was the end of the month. And I know when I participate in CALs, I tend to update at the end of the month with everything I finished that month. So great job, everybody. You still have 2 months left to get your projects done. So keep working on them and keep posting them in the other thread. All right, we're ready to move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we answer them.
So who asked this week's question, and what is the question, Mare?
The question this week comes from Catherine, who is Catherine Ann from Pennsylvania. And the question is, Hi CCM Damaris, I'm fascinated at how adept you both are at knitting and chatting at the same time without looking down at your project. I imagine that if you were to add chewing gum and writing a unicycle to the mix, you'd still not drop a stitch. How do you do it?
I don't think I want to attempt to ride a unicycle. I don't think that I would have enough coordination for that. So it just comes with practice. It just comes with practice. So, and we still do drop stitches. As you saw, was that in the Yummy segment that I dropped a stitch?
I don't know.
Sometime earlier in the podcast you saw I dropped a stitch. For me, the thing is to do is to have a project that is simple, that you don't have to pay very much attention to. So a lot of times I'll do just plain vanilla socks on Zoom needles because I don't have to really pay attention at all to that, other than for the toe increases and the heel. And then the cuff is just ribbed, a twisted rib pattern. Or something like the Mia, where right now I'm just doing stockinette in the round other than the seed stitch panel. So that's easy to do. Projects like that are the best for knitting and chatting. Christine from the Yarnings podcast talked about recently about conversation knits, which is what she says is something you can knit on while still having a conversation. So I think she has a list possibly in her Ravelry group of good conversation knitting projects. So what do you have to say about knitting and chatting at the same time?
I can't even ride a bicycle, so I can't ride a unicycle and do it.
Oh, yeah, the attempt to teach you to ride a bicycle, the attempts did not work. So, and since you don't want to learn how to drive, public transportation it is for you, I guess. But how about knitting and chatting at the same time without a unicycle?
I don't know. I don't know.
You just do it?
Yeah.
Simple projects?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do knit in the cinema, in the movie theater, but it's always a plain vanilla sock, so that I can just keep going round and round. But even with that, so what was the last movie we saw, Damaris?
Avengers.
Yeah. When we went to see the Avengers, I was knitting on the hub's birthday socks, and I had to stop about 3/4 of the way through the film because I dropped 3 or 4 stitches in a row. I jumped or something, and stitches fell off the needle, and yeah, it's really hard to pick up stitches in the dark. So I had to put them away, and then it wasn't a difficult fix. I just couldn't do it in the dark. So even us that you think can knit and talk without dropping stitch, we still do drop stitches. So, all right. Do you have anything else to say about knitting and talking at the same time?
No.
No. The Geeky Girls do not condone riding a unicycle and knitting unless you have been very specially trained to do that. Because all I can imagine is the yarn getting caught in the gears of the cycle. So we do not condone that.
Not unless you have, your bag on your wrist.
Well, I guess you could. Gosh, that's going to have to be really good balance to knit. And I wouldn't do something like the Mia because it's heavy. I mean, because I've knit so much, it's heavy. So it would need to be something like a vanilla sock or a dishcloth or something that's not heavy.
You're saying this very seriously.
Mm-hmm. I'm very serious about this.
Okay.
If anyone has knit and had a conversation and chewed gum and ridden a unicycle all at the same time, we would like to see picture or video proof, please.
Picture, it didn't happen.
That's right. That's right. All right. So thanks to Catherine for your question. I hope we answered it to the best of our abilities. So with that, I think we're ready to move on to the final segment. Or to the end of the show.
Yep.
I said it was going to be a shorter one, didn't I?
Yes.
Yes, and it is. Do we have any announcements other than the normal stuff?
I don't think so.
No, we should continue on our normal recording schedule for the next couple months. We haven't discussed yet about recording around our London trip. So we will keep y'all up to date on that, though. We looked it up when we were not recording, and our podiversary is on August 30th. So, which is, what I say, it was a Sunday?
I think so.
So maybe the Wednesday before that, we could open the giveaway and then announce winners on the podcast after we get back from London. Because that would give 2 weeks at least. Okay, I think that's going to be the plan. So watch for that in about 8 weeks. And we'll just do a big thing. It'll be... We'll have to come up with some ways that you can get multiple entries based on different things. We'll think on it. All right. So we are Amazon.com and .co.uk affiliates. So if you click through one of their links on our website and then shop, Amazon gives us a little bit of money back, which helps support the podcast. For shipping, I've got a stack of prizes over there on the sofa to post out. So it pays for the postage, it pays for some prizes, it pays for badges and business cards and other behind the scenes technology stuff and everything. So we really do appreciate your support if you wouldn't mind clicking through our site before you shop. And thank you to those of you who have done that. You know who you are, and we appreciate you muchly. All right, Mare, where can they find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsknit.com. There are links to everywhere else we're online. YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
That's right. So with that, we will tell you goodbye. We hope you have a lovely week. We hope that you're not under the weather like Damaris, because that's no fun, and that kills your knitting mojo when you're sick. That you're having beautiful weather. We had planned to record outside today, and then we've been checking the weather, and as of yesterday, it was supposed to be raining all afternoon. And then
not just raining, thunderstorms.
Like thunderstorms this afternoon. And then I checked the weather just before we started to record, and it was like, oh no, it's not going to come till 6 o'clock. Well, we had already set up and everything inside, so you got us inside this week. Hopefully the weather will cooperate next week. Could you talk to them about that?
The weather.
Yes, talk to the weather. She's making Night Vale references.
All hail the glow cloud.
So hopefully the weather will cooperate next week and we can record outside, because we thought of a really fun spot to record. Yeah, so happy summertime. Stay cool if you're in a place that's warm. We're having a heat wave in Scotland right now.
It's a heat wave to the people who've lived here for all their lives.
It's not a heat wave to those of us from Texas. Because, like, right now, we just have the windows open. We don't even have a fan on. So, yes, it's what's the word? Subjective?
Yeah.
So,
because if the temperatures, the normal temperatures, like in Texas, they can be dangerously high for people here.
yeah. So, yeah. So stay cool wherever you're at. Whatever.
Stay cool.
And keep on knitting, and we'll talk to you next week. Hopefully not crazy like we are. What am I talking about? We're always crazy. That's just us. All right, well, we'll talk to you next time. Happy knitting. Bye.
Bye.
soon is that?
September 19th.
That's the day before the hubs and my anniversary.
Yep.
18 years this year. I'm not really sure what that ding was because... Oh, it's our friend. Okay, I wanted to make sure it wasn't an emergency. So my phone and iPad are connected to our Mac Mini, and we turned Do Not Disturb silent on both the iPad and iPhone, but we didn't do it on the Mac.